Keith Lee tells us what kind of pro he thinks he'll be. Memphis State All-American Keith Lee, one of the most dominant players in college basketball during his 4-year tenure at Memphis. At 6'10", Keith Lee has grabbed more rebounds than any player in the Metro Conference this season, working both the offensive and defensive glass. He helped lead the Tigers to the Final Four this year, and with 21 or more wins since he arrived, they have finished in the top 10 in the final polls in each of his years there. Coach Dana Kirk says he has the greatest hands in the game, and he uses them not only to score and rebound, but as an adept passer as well. Lee leaves behind many new pages in the Memphis State record book, the all-time leader in points, rebounds, block shots, and minutes played. He is the leading scorer in the history of the Metro Conference. Keith, welcome. That's a pretty impressive record, and Coach Kirk also says that after Patrick Ewing, you will be the biggest impact player in the NBA draft this year. What are your feelings? The draft is less than a month away now. How do you look forward to the pros at this point?
Then right now, I'm happy to be in Atlanta, and by me visiting the Atlanta Hawks, has been a great pleasure to visit them, and I'm let the Lord take me and guide me in the right direction. And without him, I don't think I can be here and be the player I am. So I'm gonna let him do the work for me, and I'm gonna stand by side and just take it as it goes.
Atlanta, one of 7 teams that has those draft picks out of the lottery. Of course, you'll be visiting other teams as well. How does that feel as a young player? Now, you don't know, you could go anywhere from Atlanta to Seattle to New Jersey, for that matter. How do you make preparations for that?
Then I just, whoever want to invite me in, I'm just here to go, and I'd be welcome to visit whoever want me to come to their place.
Another guy who might have some say over what you do in the next few years is the coach of whatever team drafts you. And there's a lot of talk that you played center mainly at Memphis State, although you did play some forward this year with William Bedford on hand. But you might be asked to play a lot more forward in the NBA. How will that adjustment be for you?
Then I think I'll be the right man to play forward if that's what the coach wants me to deal with, and I'll be ready to play. How many minutes I have to play, I'll be ready to play and be ready to listen to whatever the coach wants me to do.
What do you think the biggest adjustment will be for you? You've watched professional basketball. You were a dominant player in college, but almost all the guys in pro basketball are going to be of superb caliber. What's the biggest adjustment you're making right now as you prepare to get ready to play professional basketball?
Then mainly they play 82 games, and I'm just going to try to adjust myself and get in the best shape I can get in to play that many games, and mainly listen to my coach, and I'll be playing against better players than I did in college.
Keith, a great final season, and one of the problems you had near the end of the year was foul trouble. You're probably looking forward to the fact that you'll have 6 fouls in pro basketball.
Then I think the NBA game is more physical than the college game, and the refs will let you play in the NBA.
Okay, Keith Lee, our special guest here on Halftime. Thanks for coming by, Keith. And of course, he looks to be one of the top players picked in the NBA draft, which you'll be able to see right here on the Superstation. Coming up Tuesday, June 18th, we'll have complete opening round coverage of the NBA draft, and we'll have second half action from Boston Garden. That'll do it for this edition of the Prudential Sports Update. For Hawks coach Mike Fratello and Keith Lee, I'm Gary Miller. Now let's send back to Boston Garden with Rick.